Then we've got maintenance costs.
Oh, this is the annoying one.
This is it's the annoying one, and it's the one that I think people underestimate the most.
Mm-hmm.
I started making content about renting versus owning a home years ago. I used to say 1% was a reasonable estimate of maintenance costs, and people would push back and say that's way too high. There's a bunch of academic literature on this too. It says it could well be over 2%. I think that's probably a more reasonable estimate. Having been a homeowner now for 6 years after renting prior to that,
there's also like another cost here which we don't talk about, which is like the time you waste on the maintenance. Like when we think of maintenance cost, I imagine people are thinking about the fees to fix things, but actually the time I spend having phone calls and speaking to people for me is worth a lot more than just the costs. But anyway, yeah, maintenance cost.
Yeah, the coordination is huge, and you could outsource that, but that would be expensive. And depending on how valuable your time is, it could make sense to outsource it. But I agree with you. I do the same thing. I spend time on the phone finding which contractor is going to come in and fix this thing. Mm-hmm. And then you have to wait for them, and then maybe they're late. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's maintenance costs. And this is one that I don't think I appreciated until I owned my own home, which is renovation spending. We talked about maintenance. When you fix something in your house, you don't just fix it to get it back to the baseline level that it was at before.
Yeah.
You make it a little bit nicer.
You're right. I never did that when I was renting. So the side-by-side.
So you run the side-by-side comparison. So I took some of those costs. I took property taxes, maintenance costs, and the cost of capital, which is the opportunity cost and the cost of borrowing. I wrapped all that up and said, we've got roughly 1% for property taxes, roughly 1% for maintenance costs, which is probably way too low, as we just talked about. And I said 3% for opportunity cost, which I think is also on the low end. And you put all that together and you get 5%. So I said, okay, if you divide the price of a home by 5% and then divide that number by 12, you will get the monthly rent that is equivalent to the unrecoverable cost of owning that home.
Okay, so let's do that. So I'm thinking of buying a $300,000 house. What's the math that I need to do to figure out if it's better to rent?
Multiply by 5% and then divide that by 12.
Divided by 12, okay.
You're brave. I usually have a rule to never do math live on a podcast.
I can edit, so just in case. Okay, the result is 1,250.
There you go. 1,250 is the equivalent rent where you're roughly break even between renting and owning.
So if I could rent for 1,250 instead.
Or less,
I should rent.
Renting is a better financial decision.